This is that time of year when we look back at the entire year. I know this has been a crazy one, but when I think back about all the good things that happened this year, I was surprised that photography is part of all of those amazing memories. And today we're going to help you use photography to stay inspired during the pandemic, even if you're stuck at home again. You're listening to the Master Your Lens podcast, episode 184.
Hey, John Lee Dumas here, the founder and host of EO Fire, and welcome to the Master Your Lens podcast, the photography podcast dedicated to sharing inspiring stories, technical tips, and powerful secrets to help you become a better photographer. And now, your host, Matthew Jordan Smith.
Hello, Photography Nation. I hope you're having a great week. If you're playing the podcast on the day it comes out, it is December 16th, 2020. This week, I was trying to find something. I wanted to find out where I was on a specific day. I knew I used my phone to take an image of that location, so I'm scrolling through all my pictures in my iPhone, and something occurred to me. There were a lot of great things that happened in 2020. Yes, you heard me right. There were a lot of great things that happened this year. I know it's been crazy. I know there's been a lot of insane things that have happened, and those things seem to get all the attention. But there have also been a lot of great things too. As I was scrolling through my phone and looking back at the entire year, it was kind of surprising to find out one thing. All of my amazing memories that happened this year have been tied to photography. What about you? Do me a favor, pull out your phone, go through your photos, and look back right now. Look back at your entire year, 2020, through your pictures on your smartphone. Maybe you'll find out the same thing that I found out. A lot of great stuff happened, and you need to see that. It hasn't all been doom and gloom. There have been a lot of great things that have happened in your life, and you need to remember that right now. Look back at your phone and go through all your pictures of 2020. It made me smile. Maybe it will do the same thing for you. Look at your life, the life that you recorded on your phone. You might be surprised. Maybe you shot a lot this year. Maybe you didn't. A lot of us did not shoot as much as we normally shoot. Because of the pandemic, we had to stay at home for quite a while this year. But even still, when I look back at the year in pictures, all of the great memories have been wrapped around photography, even when I wasn't shooting. Let me explain that for a second. Every week this year, I've hosted a 1-hour live photography training session. Every week. Well, my intention was that they would be 1 hour, but I will say they have gone over an hour more than once. Recently, we had one that lasted for 3 hours. There were so many questions that it just kept going. And the funny thing about that is I didn't realize it was 3 hours. We were all having so much fun talking about photography. Time just flew by. How crazy is that? That's what photography does. When you're doing what you love, time flies by. And this year, because of the weekly live training sessions, time has flown by. And here we are, now in December 2020. Now, I host my live training sessions every week in my private course, Photography lighting course. My course is about photography lighting, but we go so much deeper into so many other areas of photography because, number one, we all love photography. And this year, I think we have all needed that, to focus on what we love. There's been too much crazy stuff in the world this year, and photography has been a lifesaver for so many people. What about you? How has photography inspired you this year? Or maybe the better question is, how has photography kept you sane this year? In my live training sessions, photographers talk about how photography has kept them sane through an insane year. I started out wanting my sessions to be 1 hour, but a few of my students said, "Can we go a little longer?" And they did. And no one has complained, even when they go super long. Sometimes the live training session was about lighting. Sometimes it was about how you stay inspired when you're stuck at home, like many of us have been this year. This year, my course became just as much about inspiring photographers to keep going as it was about learning aspects of photography. So today, I want to help inspire you as you end your year and begin 2021. Let's use photography to inspire us, even if you are home right now and can't get out. Today's podcast is here to help you, even if you are stuck at home again. Years ago, back when I lived in New York City, I went to Viacom, to MTV. They used to have amazing displays in the lobby. They would showcase photography. I actually had my photography in the lobby for a while. But this day, there was something different on display. It was just a monitor showing a video. Now, on this video screen, there was an apple just sitting there on a table. Beside the apple, there was a clock. Now, here's where it gets good. It was a time lapse of the apple as the apple decayed, and you could see the clock spinning 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Watching an apple decay, watching time spinning seemed to get a lot of attention. Very simple concept, it just takes time. Right now, you have time. We may not be able to shoot the way we want to shoot, but there is a lot you can do. Here's an idea. Grab your camera. If you have a tripod, set your camera up on a tripod. Put it somewhere where it can stay undisturbed for quite a while. Then let's think about your daily habits. Maybe you get up at the same time every day. If you do, like many of us do, make your first action to do a self-portrait of yourself every day. Just one image. You can use your self-timer. Go to the same spot and every morning take one picture of yourself. The first thing in the morning before you do anything else. Now, this is just for you, so it doesn't matter how you look. But this is a very cool way to document yourself during this time. Yes, it would have been great to do something like this the entire year of 2020, or maybe starting in March when many of us became aware of the pandemic. But we can't go back in time. We can, however, do this right now, the last part of this year, to document this time where we're going into the holiday season and when we're ending the year. Imagine seeing these pictures years from now as you ended 2020 and went into 2021. This is a historic time, and it would be very cool for you to have these pictures of yourself. Imagine having pictures of yourself for the last 15 days of 2020. Having pictures of yourself every day to end the year and pictures of yourself as you go into the first of the new year. Maybe you do it starting today and you do it for a month. So you have the last part of 2020 and the first part of 2021. There's so many things you can do with this. Maybe you decide you want to do this for all of 2021. It's a good idea to figure this out now so you can begin straight away taking your first picture of yourself on January 1st. And then doing the same thing every day for the entire year. What a cool project. And imagine how you look back on that as the world changed. We don't know what's coming for 2021, but we do know it's great for you to be creative and to get your camera out and shoot every day, no matter what's going on in the world. So get started, figure out what you can shoot, and start creating today. If you have more than one camera, set one camera up in a place where it can stay all day. If you only have one camera, set up your tripod and leave the tripod in the same place and just put your camera on when you need it. If you do have a second or third body, maybe you have an old camera that you don't use that much anymore, but this could be a great way to use that old camera just to leave there and take a portrait of yourself every day. How cool would that be? We don't really notice how we change day by day because to us, we look the same. However, what about seeing an image of yourself as you change? Recording every day of the year. Now, this is just one idea, but there's so much you can do if you decide to do this. I'd love to hear from you. I'm very active on Instagram. You can find me there under Matthew Jordan Smith. I'll be honest, I wish I'd thought about this to start the year as well. This year, I did many self-portraits, especially during the beginning of the pandemic. Back in the day when there was an actual newspaper, it'd be cool to take a portrait of yourself holding the front page of whatever paper that was around, maybe like the New York Times. It'd be cool to do a portrait like that of yourself every day with the morning paper. Today, life's a little different, but maybe you can hold your smartphone and do a portrait holding your smartphone to document what day it is. Maybe you look at a certain page every day. Maybe you read the news on your phone. Maybe there's another way for you to document the day and the time. It's totally up to you, but you have options. Think about it and have fun. How would you know visually in your portrait what day it is? What does Christmas look like in a self-portrait? What does New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, look like in a self-portrait? Your birthday, any holiday, or just a regular old normal day? What does that look like in your life? This could be a lot of fun for you. If you want to go to the next step, you could definitely light all of your images so they look decent. If you're not so secure about your lighting, this is the perfect time to join Photography Lighting Course. The course is open right now to join, and it's simple. You simply go to photographylightingcourse.com. Right now, until the end of the year, there is a 25% discount for joining the course. Now, it does end on December 31st, but you can get in now. The course is an online course. There are 9 modules that teach you all about photography lighting, and we take you step by step through the course. Now, the idea of doing the weekly live sessions was just about you doing the course and being able to ask questions. As you do the course and go through all the modules, which are online, you're going to have questions as you go through it, or you should anyway. And every week, you can meet us for the live training session and ask your question. You can also do the assignments in the course. And if you have problems or hiccups somewhere along the line, you can ask those questions. That was initially the idea of doing the live sessions, to be able to go through parts of the course and answer all your questions. However, it has become much, much more. It has become an amazing family of photographers that support each other, inspire each other, and learn together. And it is amazing. If you're looking to learn photography and become a better photographer, absolutely come and join this course. You can do it today and get a 25% discount. When you go to photographylightingcourse.com, you'll see the area for a discount code. Use this code, the number 2020, on checkout. When you put in that code, you will get a 25% discount. That code does expire on December 31st. So this is the perfect way to end your year, learn how to really master photography and photography lighting, and gain an incredible family of photographers that support you and are there when you have great things happen. Let's say you have something incredible happen in your photography and you are on fire. You're so happy about what just happened. Who understands that better than other photographers? Sometimes you have a big win. You get a great job. You win a contest. Something amazing happens in your photography. But there's nobody around you to really understand how special that is. I know that feeling. I've had that before. You do an amazing shoot, and you tell your friends who are not photographers, and they don't really get it. However, when you share a big win with other photographers, we get it. And in the course, we celebrate that. Your wins, your accomplishments, and all the great things that happen in your life. And we're also there when you have questions. To find out more about the course, go to photographylightingcourse.com. There's no better way to end your year than with a family of photographers who are all working together to become better. Better at photography, better at lighting specifically, and here to encourage you no matter what you're going through in your life. Yes, even having COVID. It's been a rough year. You need encouragement. We all do. You need a positive voice to drown out all the negative ones that are out there. Now, there is a bright spot about COVID-19. Vaccines are now available out in the world. Not to the masses yet, but they are out there. We are rounding the corner. We still need to get through this winter, but we are rounding the corner to a brighter day, getting past this thing in some way. And you are here, and you've got your camera, and you can document your journey as we all go through this together. So pull your camera out and let's get going. And if you want a family to do it together, come and join me in Photography Lighting Course. And you can do that now and receive a 25% discount. Just make sure you use the code 2020 on checkout. Now, there are two ways to join the course. First, go to photographylightingcourse.com. There you'll see there are two options to join: a one-time payment or breaking the payments up in installments. Either way, you get 25% off. Just use the code, the number 2020, when you check out. When you do, you get 25% off. And then you're a member of Photography Lighting Course. Wherever you are in the world, be thankful. Thankful for making it through this year. Thankful for your life, for your health. If you haven't taken a picture in a while, today is a great day to pull out your camera and maybe just do a portrait on December 16th, 2020. Document your life today. I've given you one idea. Now take this idea and run with it. What can you do to keep yourself occupied? If you take me up on this challenge and start doing self-portraits every day for the rest of this month into the new year, let me know. Drop me a line on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you. Again, on Instagram, you can find me just under Matthew Jordan Smith. I look forward to seeing you, seeing your work, and help you get better in your photography. All right, Photography Nation, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Master Your Lens podcast. I'm Matthew Jordan Smith, wishing you an amazing rest of the year. Happy holidays, everyone. Stay safe. I'll see you back here again next week. Until then, always dream big. Bye for now.